Hey guys, Captain Foley back with another Captain's Log. It's been a while and I apologize for that. As you guys know, I've kind of been going through a rough time lately with my depression. Haven't felt like making Captain's Logs lately, so I really apologize. I do want to get back into it on a regular basis, but it's the weather. It's a combination of a lot of things. I'm just having the roughest time I've had with depression as of late. And once the weather's nice, hopefully things will pick up and we'll get back to regular programming. I wasn't even going to do one this week, but I was sitting here. It's Monday when I'm filming this. Samuel and I just finished our review of Discovery, the last episode, which I might talk about a little bit in this Captain's Log. So if you haven't seen it, spoiler warning, just so you guys know. So yeah, we finished doing that. We filmed tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow we'll be filming a bunch more for the week to kind of fill the week out. And then we have a lot of cool stuff coming for you guys from Trekyards. We got some great guest stars coming. We got some great new concepts and show ideas. And just getting back to the regular routine with no episode reviews. Because there's no Orville. There's no Discovery. Discovery is apparently not coming back till 2019. So that's a thing we have to deal with. But yeah, I just wanted, there's a few things I gotta say in this Captain's Log that I've been putting off and I shouldn't have been. First of all, a special shout out to Samuel Gill from the 7th Fleet. He won the Trekyards contest where they had a Trekyards donation drive. He donated the most, so he won that one. So thank you very much, Samuel Gill and 7th Fleet, for all you guys do. Josh Larson, Bat Merch, Keith Gregorowicz, I think it is. Thank you to all you guys. You're fantastic supporters of Trekyards, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys in the future. We have some ideas that we want to do, maybe like a Trekyards group show story idea. The 7th Fleet basically does role play and Star Trek storylines, Star Trek role playing. So we want to. I've already done a story over there with Captain Foley. Captain Foley died in that story, but there might be a part 2 coming up. But we want to get the Trekyards community involved in some other storytelling perhaps. We might have a choose your own adventure thing where we have a poll on the Trekyards page where we ask what you guys want to see in the upcoming story. And as the story is progressing, you get to choose whatever you would like to have happen. So that might be something that's coming up soon as well. Josh and I have kind of spoke about that. Just kind of touched the surface of that. But speaking of the 7th Fleet, there's something I really wanted to say. A good friend of mine who was a member of the 7th Fleet, a big part of the 7th Fleet, Rob Ingram, passed away last month. Rob and I had been in communication a lot. We talked quite a bit. He was going to help me with the upcoming story, including Captain Foley. And he was a great guy. I found out he only lived about 4 hours away from me, but unfortunately he did pass away from a massive heart attack, and that really affected my depression as well. The fact that he was so close and I never got to hang out with him or meet up with him is very discouraging to me. I really feel bad and guilty about that. He was a great guy and somebody that I was grateful to call friend. And he will be missed. He was part of the Trekyards admins as well, and just a great person overall. So I want to send my condolences out to his family and to every member of the 7th Fleet. And sorry I haven't been on this sooner. I really apologize for that, but I just, like I said, I haven't been in the right headspace to do this kind of thing. So those are 2 things I needed to get off my chest immediately. Another is during Christmas break, or the Christmas time, I got a card from a friend of mine, Matt Toms, over in Norfolk, England. Now, this guy's a very talented guy, whether he likes to think so or not. He suffers from depression as well, doesn't think he's worth anything, doesn't think that, he's a good person, which he's just full of crap. He's a good guy. I love talking to him. And in my last review where I covered all the stuff I got for Christmas, I forgot to do this, and I feel so guilty because I told him that I would before I actually did that review. And he sent me this. He sent me this fantastic Christmas card. It looks just like a regular Christmas card, yes? But you open it up, and there is the Foley class. right registry number, complete with the 3 nacelles, mounted properly, and it is a pop-up. It is a pop-up card. And that is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'll read what it says. I just gotta let the dog out. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Precious was pretty demanding at the back door there. I want to be let out, so she's outside enjoying the sun right now. It's actually a sunny day, which I think is helping with my mood. And again, once I get into making these videos, I always feel so much better. I just don't know why I just don't do this as therapy. But anyway, so the card says, Merry Christmas, Stuart, Sylvia, and family. Have a wonderful time. Lots of love. Matt and Pauline from Chile, Norfolk. So this is a fantastic addition to the Foley class lore. As you guys have maybe been following the Foley class, there's actually some news on that front as well, which I am eager to talk to you guys about. The Foley class is slated to get a model kit released now, a resin model kit. I can't say the company yet because they want to keep it under wraps until it's ready to launch, so they don't get emails asking about when it's being released. But needless to say, there is a Foley class resin model kit on the way. It's going to be 1/1000th scale, and it's going to be pretty fantastic. Hopefully it'll be done in time for Wonderfest, which is the first weekend in June, and then we can do a large Wonderfest launch of the model kit. If any of you guys are interested in it, you guys can pick it up at that time. More information will be available as it comes about. It's currently in their hands, and they are working on developing the 3D model I have a little bit better, adding some more detail to it, and getting it ready for model or resin casting. So that's something exciting that I'm looking forward to. There's also a few other little developments with the Foley class side projects that are going to be exciting. I think you guys are really going to enjoy them. So stay tuned for more on that front. I am working on a Foley class Mark III, which is more of a Federation class style dreadnought with the 3rd nacelle up higher. If you guys hadn't seen it on the Trekyards page, keep an eye out. I will be posting updates on that as that becomes available as well. So there is that. What else did we want to talk about? Oh, this dynamic PS4 Star Trek theme. I picked this up on the PlayStation Store for $3.99. It's pretty fantastic. You can change angles, as you can see here. If you go to the lower view, you get this kind of view. If you go up, you get this. It's absolutely fantastic, the detail that was put into this. I don't know who developed it, but it's beautifully done. There's also a TNG one, which isn't as exciting or good. It does kind of have an Alcars look to it, but this one has the sound effects. The ship just approaches different planets, orbits them, goes to warp. There's a few other things you've probably seen in the background while I've been talking, and it's a great dynamic theme. I just recently got a PS4 for Christmas, as you guys know, from Sylvia. It is a white one. I would have preferred black, but she got it secondhand. So also the controller here, we have the Trekyards skin, which I had custom made. Again, this would look better on a black controller, but that's what I got for now, and that's fine. I'm just going to check outside. Puppy's still not at the door, so she's good. And the PlayStation itself has a very cool Trekyards skin, which you guys have probably seen. If not, I'm going to show you guys right now, so hold on. So there it is, guys, the Trekyards themed skin. This I got made online from a company called Decal Girl, and you basically just custom make your own skins. So this is the PS4 skin, the Trekyards logo and the Trekyards pinup girl. This isn't positioned properly. It should be down a little bit lower. And like I said, this would look better if it was on all black, but it kind of stands out with the white popping out there. So I kind of like it in a way, the way it is. And thanks again to Sylvia for being amazing and getting me that, because that's fantastic. So here's more of the theme. There's the ship in warp. Which the warp is kind of disorienting, but So as I said, there's that view, and if you go up you get a different view. The upper view is much more dynamic and very cool views of the ship. You get some impulse engines kind of firing there and flickering. It's so well done, and I was thankful to find this skin, or not the skin, this dynamic theme, sorry. It was just beautiful. It's everything I want in a Star Trek theme. And you can switch views, like I said. It's great. There goes the... If you haven't added me to the PlayStation Network, please do so. Add me as a friend. My name on the PlayStation Network is Night Stalker with a K. So KNIGHTSTALKER -67. So you can add me on there if you guys like. Go in here, it should, and of course it's got the command gold for all the other screens. There it is, Night Stalker 67. Feel free to add me at any time if you guys want to be friends on the PlayStation Network. Go ahead and do that. That would be fantastic. So while we're here, we're just going to head on over to settings. I'm going to show you the TNG styled one. And it's definitely not as good as the TOS one, but to each their own. Some of you guys might like this more, and that's perfectly fine as well. So it is, it changes the colors. Sound effects are different. There's the Enterprise there. Again, same kind of thing. You can choose different views of the ship. Either the upper, and all it does is pretty much confront and run away from this Borg cube. It doesn't have bridge sound effects. It's got more of a musical score, but as you can see, it does have the LCARS, which is very neat. And again, you can change the views. This one is not as dynamic. Hi, you can see me. Hi. Not quite as dynamic as the other one. It is still a dynamic theme, of course. I would love to see more of these. If anybody knows how to make these, please make more of these for me. I would love to see, you know, a refit Enterprise. Any of the other Enterprises, even Discovery would be cool to see the take that they would have on this. So, but again, some really great shots of the Enterprise. It's really neat that it's LCARS format. But again, it's not quite, it doesn't have that heart and soul and feel of the TOS one. I think you guys might agree with me on that. If not, that's understandable. So we're going to go back and change this to... So there we go. So there you go, guys. If you're interested in this very cool Star Trek theme or the TNG one, you can find it on the PlayStation Store. Just type it into the search engine for themes. I want to show you these two. Friend of Sylvia's, who she works with, was cleaning out their garage and found these original Micro Machines, original series set. So she picked these up for me. Absolutely awesome. Love this. I do have these all separate downstairs. I've got quite a few, if not all of the Micro Machines from the series. On the back there you see the different TOS, movie era, and then TNG. But there's so many more. I do have most of them, as I said, if not all of them, downstairs, but they're not all on display at the moment. But something else I wanted to share with you guys. Also, a good friend of mine, Emily Fables. Again, Emily, sorry for not mentioning this sooner. She gave me this after Christmas as kind of a Christmas gift. This is the USS Enterprise paper model kit. Comes complete with light and sound. So you basically make the Enterprise out of paper And that's what it should look like. Comes with everything you need to make the deluxe paper model of the beloved NCC 1701, measuring a foot in length. Inside you will find push-button LED lights and an audio clip that plays the theme music from Star Trek the original series. 10 sheets of punch-out pieces featuring metallic printing and foil accents. Step-by-step instructions for assembly, custom Star Trek display stand, and a book chronologizing the different enterprises of the Star Trek universe. I have cracked this open. The book inside is pretty neat, but I'm going to keep it as is for now. If I can't build the model or it doesn't look quite like it should, I do have the soundboard and the LED lights for something else, perhaps another model kit. So yeah, that is a cool thing. So thank you very much, Emily, for that. If you guys didn't know this existed, it's $20, $19.95. I don't know if that's US or Canadian. It doesn't say, but that's something you guys might be interested in picking up. Very cool. Now, you guys have probably seen there's a company called Tycom, which is a Chinese company that's been offering these Star Trek hoodies and Star Trek, or even sci-fi. There's Orville, there's Stargate, there's Battlestar Galactica, all these hoodies and jackets. And they look pretty fantastic. They don't really look like the picture, though. I did order some just to see what they were like, because really CBS is sitting on a gold mine by not marketing this stuff, by not merchandising it, by not making these kind of hoodies. It's something that I, as a fan, really want, and I was willing to go out on a limb and see what these are like to kind of review them for you guys. I've got 2 of the 3 that I ordered. I've only ordered 3. It's hit and miss so far. It's kind of 50-50 with me. One's good, one's not so great. So we'll take a look at those right now and see what we got. So this first one is the Discovery era one. Now I know these are knockoffs and that, you know, they're not licensed to be made by CBS and somebody stole CBS's property, their IP. And that's not something that I should be promoting. I understand that. However, I wanted to see what these were like. So that being said, these were $47 US. This first one is the Discovery one. And we're just going to take a look at it real quick. First of all, it's not a dark blue like it should be, like it was even represented on their pictures. It's very light blue. It's also got the regular TOS dinner plate sized Delta on it. It doesn't fit super great. This is a double XL US, which is a 4XL Asian. I normally take just an XL, just an extra large. This is double XL because I went with the measurements for the shoulders and the arms. That all works. My gut's a little big. Again, it's the winter. I haven't been out walking, so maybe, you know, it'll fit better otherwise. But yeah, it's not the right color. It's just not represented properly. I ordered this one, the Enterprise one, and the Wrath of Khan one. The Enterprise one hasn't shown up yet. The Wrath of Khan one is here, and to me, this is more of a win. This is a little bit better than the Discovery one. We'll just take a look at it now, and we'll see what you guys think. Like I said, CBS, you need to get on the marketing and merchandising of this stuff because you're sitting on a gold mine. Star Trek fans would kill for licensed ones. Again, Delta's way too big, but it does have the captain's bars and the year pins. And the captain's bar there, which is cool. The back's got the stripes. And the bottom even has the belt buckle sewn in, as you can see. So overall, this one's not so bad. I don't mind this one as much. I wish this wasn't on here though, because I would just put my own Wrath of Khan pin there. But other than that, this one's not that bad. My only complaint is the hood. I wish it really wasn't a hoodie. and I wish the inside of the hood was black. But other than that, this one's not so bad. The material is weird. It's not like a hoodie cotton material. It's more like it's like a shiny, smooth kind of jacket material, like a windbreaker. So it actually heats up pretty quickly. I'm getting pretty warm in it. Same with the other one. Like I said, I haven't got the Enterprise one yet, but I have a feeling from pictures I've seen online that it's not going to be anything like it's supposed to be either, which is a shame. So, CBS, please get on this. Let's get making these officially licensed and merchandised so that, you know, the fans like me who want that kind of stuff can get it. Next up is the Discovery discussion. If you guys haven't seen Discovery episode 15, or if you don't care, this is the time to tune out. Thank you guys for watching and all that jazz ahead of time. If you're in for spoilers, I'm going to talk about it here. So, now that they've all left, the last episode of Discovery was disappointing. It didn't go where they kind of led us to believe it would go in the last episode. The whole episode was just a jumbled mess for me. It was very rushed, solved a lot of problems very quickly that needed more time and more development, I think. I'm just going to change the view for you guys there. And so it kind of missed on those points for me. Wrapped things up very coincidentally and conveniently, and the end felt very much getting back to Gene Roddenberry's vision of Star Trek and what it is. Not war, not violence, things like that, but more of the positive outlook of the future and the Federation ideals that solved the problem. There's no more war with the Klingons now, that's over. And really, the first half of the episode I enjoyed. Around the middle, last 20 minutes, I really was kind of like, well, that's too convenient, that's, you know, interesting enough, but not really what I was expecting. I know it doesn't mean I wanted war, all out war between fleets. That would have been cool to see, but it's not what I got chastised online for, all the Trekyards guys want is war and, you know, not Gene Roddenberry's vision. That's not true. I'm glad that it's back to Gene Roddenberry's vision. I wanted to see exploration. I want to see beauty passes of the ships, something we really haven't got. So coming up to the end of the episode, I was kind of disappointed, to be perfectly honest. I was kind of let down and not really expecting much because it's getting to like the last minute or so of the show. And then all of a sudden I get an incoming distress call and I'm like, yes! And I sit on the edge of my seat. I'm like, this is where it's going to get good. It's going to be a cliffhanger for season 2. Not that I enjoy cliffhangers, because you got to wait, like I said, till 2019 now to see the end. What the hell? But anyway, it wasn't ending on the note that I thought it was going to end on, which is great, even though it does end exactly on the note that I thought it would end on, that I've been speculating for three or four weeks now, that I've been saying. I expected the last line of the episode to be something like, Captain, we have an incoming hail. It's the Enterprise. And then it would cut to credits. That's almost what happened. They had an incoming Priority 1 distress call, a garbled message. They drop out of warp, and the communication guy says it's Captain Christopher Pike. Burnham looks over at Sarek. Sarek looks over at Burnham because they were taking Sarek back to Vulcan to pick up the new captain of the Discovery, mind you. So that's interesting. But and she goes, it's the Enterprise. And they zoom from the captain's chair all the way out through the front window. And you see 2 red Bizarre collectors in the distance. And then a beautiful shot of a reimagined Constitution-class ship come right by the camera. And it's Pike's Enterprise. It's got callbacks to Pike's Enterprise. It's got a little bit of redesign. So it's technically not really prime timeline. But this is the reimagining of the Enterprise that JJ's version should have been. This is how JJ should have reimagined the Enterprise, because it's a perfect reimagining of the Enterprise. It's not the Prime Enterprise, unfortunately. There are a few changes, and if you've watched our episode on the ship, you'll know that. We did a quick one on Wednesday. We're doing a more in-depth one on tomorrow, which is Saturday, when this is getting released. So check it out if you haven't already. It made me goosebumps, though. Made me well up a little bit. It was such a beautiful ship. But it's kind of like Stockholm Syndrome. We've been so let down by a lot of what Discovery has to offer. and how far they've stepped outside the box, that every time they offer us a little morsel of how something should look, we get all excited and thankful for that. So it's not really genuine almost that I felt so excited, but I was really excited, and I replayed the scene like 50 times on this TV right after the episode, and it's a 60-inch. I stood right up close and I saw the details in it, and Samuel and myself have kind of dissected the ship since then, but it was just such a beautiful moment and a great way to end Discovery. I'm looking forward to season 2 now. Wondering if they've kind of written themselves into a corner a little bit, because you don't want to focus on the Enterprise, of course, because the show is called Discovery. So I don't know how much of an influence Pike and Spock is going to play. If we're going to see Spock, I would love to see Spock and Burnham and Sarek have a scene together. That would be amazing. But you're recasting Spock. Is that practical? Are they going to do that? I don't think so. I think it's going to be the Enterprise that's going to... Maybe Pike will come on screen. You might see a Vulcan in the back of his head or something in the background. But I think it's going to be more like, hey, something happened. We got attacked by this thing. We're heading back to Starbase, or we're heading back to Space Dock at Earth, because they just left Earth. Discovery just left Earth, so it wasn't that far. You need to go investigate it, and then Discovery's going to take off and go after this thing, and the Enterprise is going to warp out. That's what I think is going to happen. It's going to be a quick little scene with the Enterprise, just like, hey, here's the Constitution class, here's the Enterprise, it exists here, goodbye. You've seen it, now we can move on with Discovery. There's a little tidbit for the fans. That's what I think is going to happen. I would love to have like a 3 or 4 episode arc of hanging out with Pike and Spock and the Enterprise trying to solve a riddle or a problem, or defeat something. I think that'd be fantastic. I don't think we're going to get that necessarily, and that's a shame, but that's just the way it is, unfortunately. So what do you guys think about that? Have you seen it? What do you think of the Enterprise? What are your thoughts on what's coming up with season 2? Love to hear all your comments and things down below. Please leave me questions as well so I can use for the next Captain's Log. If I don't get to them, I apologize. I do get a lot of comments on these videos, and it's hard to go through them all. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have one up next week. I'm going to aim for that. I'm going to try to do that, but like I said, it depends on how I feel. And yeah, and really making these does cheer me up. This has cheered me up immensely just to sit here and talk with you guys and share things that I've got, and give you the dangers and the perils of ordering stuff online, and introducing you to the paper model and the dynamic theme and all this cool stuff. I love sharing this stuff with you guys. I love you guys being there. I love that you guys understand that I do have my bouts of depression, and to make sure you tell me not to feel obligated to make these. It doesn't change the fact that I still do feel obligated to make these, but anyway, that being said, as I film them, they do cheer me up quite immensely. I was kind of in a ho-hum mood after filming today. My daughter, she felt bad because she's going to Cambridge with her boyfriend and a couple of his friends, and she really wants to spend time with me because she hasn't lately. So we've arranged to spend time together on Wednesday, spend the afternoon, go for a coffee date after she's done school, and go watch. We like watching Riverdale on Netflix or Planet Earth 2, things like that. American Horror Story. It's just something we do together. So she took off, and I was kind of feeling a little bit down and depressed, and thought I have all afternoon, because it's 2 o'clock now. I have all afternoon now to wallow in my self-pity in my living room, or whatever. I mean, I could be cleaning, I could be doing other things, but I thought I really need to make a video for you guys. There's a lot I need to catch up on, and I think I've done that now. I feel much better, like a burden's been lifted. I got to edit this now, but I enjoy the editing process. It is a little frustrating at times, but I love throwing in little tidbits and things for you guys. I love doing videos. I really do. I love Trekyards. I love Star Trek, but sometimes it just gets a little tiring, a little bit all-consuming, and I just need to step back every once in a while. So thank you guys for understanding. Thank you for being there for me through thick and thin. And hopefully you guys are excited about all the new developments. There's a lot of great stuff coming up on Trekyards now that Discovery's done. Lots to look forward to. And like I said, a Foley class model. If you guys know the Foley class ship, you're interested in it, you can get a model of it, a resin model made. You can order your own, make your own, customize it as you will. There will be different decals in there for different ship names and things. got a few worked out, and I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm really enjoying the process of bringing that ship to life in a physical form. And it's 1/1000 scale, the most common scale for Star Trek ships. So you can put it proudly beside your Constitution class ships, your other ships that are all 1000 scale, and it'll fit right in. And I feel honored to be picked to have my ship made into a model kit. That's something very special. And yeah, I've kind of made my mark, my stamp on Star Trek. Even with Trekyards, we are known. This week alone, we're on a few different podcasts talking about the whole season arc of Discovery. Tonight I have one at 9 o'clock. That's just me. On Sunday we're doing one with the Synthaholic podcast, Dave Darren and Dave Duncan, sorry, and Aaron, I can't remember his last name. They've had us on before. We're going to join them again to talk about the Season 1 Discovery arc and where it could be going from here. So exciting stuff coming up. We are known in the world of Trek, and for good or bad, a lot of people don't like us, but whatever. You have haters, whatever you do, and if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. So anyway, I think that's it for now. I think I've covered everything, absolutely. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you hopefully next week. If not, there's always regular Trekyards content. We're always making that. I'm always making that regardless of how I feel. But why are you fading out? There we go. So I'm always making regular Trekyards content on a regular basis. You always get to see me regardless of how I feel. It's just these special one-on-one captain's logs that sometimes get overlooked, and I apologize for that because I really enjoy doing these and I enjoy reading your comments. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley. Live long and prosper, and we'll see you soon. Bye.